Hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Power English, where we break down the best idioms, expressions, and words from the latest episode of the Power English radio show. Today, we're taking a closer look at some interesting expressions from a dialogue set in Warsaw, Poland. Let's dive in. Maxwell and Kayla have just arrived in Warsaw, Poland. As they start exploring the city, Kayla shares some fascinating history about how Warsaw's old town was completely rebuilt after World War II. Let's listen to their conversation. I can't believe we're finally in Warsaw. My Polish friend from college said we'll fall in love with this city. Well, that remains to be seen, but so far it looks like a charming place. Did you know the city was rebuilt from scratch after World War II? How did they remember what everything looked like? It sounds like an impossible task. The architectural plans were hidden from the enemy and were used to rebuild the city identically to its previous state. Now, let's break down some of the key expressions and words from today's dialogue. First, let's talk about the word identically. In the dialogue, Kayla mentions that the city was rebuilt identically to its previous state. This word means exactly the same, or in the same way. For example, if two cars are described as virtually identical, it means they look almost exactly the same, with very few differences. The sentence, "the results were identical to those of the first test," also uses this word to show that the outcomes were exactly the same as the first time. Next, we have the expression "from scratch." Kayla says that Warsaw was rebuilt from scratch after World War II. This means to start from the very beginning, without using any previous materials or plans. It's like making a cake without a recipe, just starting with raw ingredients and no shortcuts. Finally, Maxwell uses the phrase "that remains to be seen." When he says, "Well, that remains to be seen, but so far it looks like a charming place," he means that it's too early to judge. And we'll have to wait to see if Kayla's friend was right about falling in love with the city. So, to sum it up, in today's dialogue, we explored how Warsaw was rebuilt identically to its previous state, what it means to start something from scratch, and the phrase "that remains to be seen." These expressions are super useful in everyday English, so try to use them in your conversations. That's all for today's recap of Power English. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on future episodes. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.